What's the matter, buddy? Oh, honey. Mine is right here. Just started to move back here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my head. Oh, God.
All right, go ahead. Head on out. Welcome to Friday Night Ghost Frights,
a series of real, true encounters with the paranormal and the supernatural.
ghost tales that will frighten you in the dead of the night. This is Haunted Road Media, and I'm your host, Mike Ricksecker. Some may not believe the things I'm about to describe, but it is up to you, dear viewer, as to whether you believe me or not. Animals have a better sense of the paranormal than we do as humans. In the natural world, they react to weather hours before it's about to happen. In the supernatural world, they react to things that we can't usually perceive. Well, sometimes we can. There are two cases that stand out to me, although they're not all inclusive. I've had many experiences. The first one is from a case in Edmond, Oklahoma, that was featured on the television show The Haunted. In this particular case, the family had been haunted in the house for 20 years, but nobody in the family had communicated to each other what was going on. When everything finally came to a head, the adult daughter of the family, Taliesin, had been seeing a shadowy figure in her closet that had red eyes. It was terrorizing her, and it was terrorizing her cat, Jasmine. We investigated that location about 5 or 6 times before we had the whole cleansing of the house on the television show, which you can see, Season 2, Episode 1, Monster in the Closet of The Haunted. Well, there was one particular night in which we were investigating that Jasmine the cat suddenly got really riled up while we were simply in the living room. She started darting back and forth between the living room to the dinette area, around the kitchen, and I started following her to see what was going on, where she was going, and what exactly was happening to her. Well, I ended up following her all the way to Taliesin's open bedroom door, and she stopped right there at the doorway, peered in. I also stopped there at the doorway and peered in at what she was looking at. Well, with what she was looking at, she darted around the corner and got out of there. And what I saw in that bedroom at the time was not the shadowy figure with the red eyes, but actually a different type of shadowy figure. This was a large black mass, and I've talked about this a number of times as being a mist type shadow person, related to the hooded figure type shadow person. And there it stood in the middle of the room. And slowly, over the period of maybe like a minute, it slowly dissipated away. I tried to grab a picture and was unsuccessful. Of course, at that time I was using flash to try to take a photograph instead of doing a smarter thing like using a flashlight and trying to grab a picture, or something of that nature, to try to better capture a shadow onto a photograph. But yes, there it stood in the middle of the room. Huge black shadow mass. Black, dark, and slowly dissipated away. Jasmine and the other cat of the household got really riled up also while we were doing the cleansing of the house, when we had moved out into the backyard, and they started running around in a circle while Carl Johnson was leading a blessing to try to push the entity out through the backyard. We'd finished up the house, went out to the backyard, and those cats went absolutely crazy back there. The wind was kicking up. It was a really, really wild event to see. And then when Carl had finished, the wind stopped, the cat stopped. Very, very unusual way that they were reacting to what we were going on, but really they were just reacting to the energy at that time that we were all experiencing there. The other incident I would like to talk about was at a house in Jacksonville, Illinois, which Shauna and I investigated last autumn. This particular house had a lot going on with it. In fact, the upstairs bedroom, that every time we walked in there, it was massive amounts of energy. Shauna was getting all kinds of electricity almost going to her head. She was feeling a definite buzzing around there. But strange enough, we were not getting any EMF spikes, any EMF readings at all, but we could definitely feel this energy in the air. Hey, Shauna?
Yes.
You want to come here, please? Yeah, I'm getting tingling like arms, face.
Mine is right here. Just started tingling back here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my head.
All right, go ahead. Head on out.
It's not like really bad, but
It's strong.
all of a sudden started.
It's strong. I don't know if it's bad or not. It's just strong. But the one that was really feeling it the most was Diesel the dog. He shied away when we tried to call him upstairs. He didn't want anything to do with the third floor. Hey.
Diesel, come on.
Diesel, you want to come up here?
Come on, Diesel.
Diesel?
Come on, Diesel.
Well, come out.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, let's go.
He's like, forget you. He wants to go down. On the second floor, he stayed in the daughter's bedroom, did not want to come out whatsoever. He was whimpering. He was scared. He kept banging his tail against the door, but it wasn't a happy tail wagging that was going on. No, he was shut in that room and did not want to come out. I made a remark that it looked like he wanted to cry.
Okay.
He's banging.
It's his tail.
Yeah, but he's like,
Diesel.
Diesel, you okay?
You okay, buddy?
He looks like he wants to cry.
He's
You
just
okay?
He
crying.
keeps looking that direction. And
What's
he
the-
won't come out of my room.
What's the matter, buddy? Oh,
He's
honey.
whimpering.
What's the matter?
Buddy?
Can you show us? What is it? Oh, I can feel that.
Okay.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right here. Just right in this spot.
But the most telling incident was one time when we were all in the hallway, and it seemed like Diesel was going to come out of the bedroom, and he started walking down the hall a little bit. Well, we heard from the other side of the hall what sounded like the clicking of nails across the floor. Now, there were a couple of cats in the house as well, and I immediately thought it was one of the cats that was coming down the hall. But it wasn't. Diesel, you can see, visibly reacts. He stops in his tracks, almost does like a bit of a double take, gives a little bit of a whimper, and then backs right back up. It's got the stopping point right there ever since he got spooked. The cats? It's got the stopping point right there ever since he got spooked. The cats? It spooked him.
Yeah, he stepped back.
He started whimpering a little bit. Now, I asked the owner about the cats and where they were at that time, and they were not up on the second floor. What's more, they had also been declawed and could not make a clicking sound across the floor of that hallway. So Diesel was reacting to something that nobody saw. We saw nothing coming down the hall. No animals, no cats, no nothing, but the sound of the clicking of the nails. Thank you for watching Friday Night Ghost Frights. Please let us know what you think of this episode in the comments below. And if you have not yet, please subscribe. I'm Mike Ricksecker. Until next Friday night.
It's just as bad over there as it was over here.
Yeah, this is like it was earlier, but it was over there.
It's